The anticipation is mounting here as both sides get set for this matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Bears here at Soldier Field. Back in your days when you had to take on a team from the AFC, didn't know them all that well. What was it like as we have this little interconference matchup today?
Well, I thought back in those days, Jim, we were about ready to show them what toughness and hard hitting was. Today it's a little different, but I'll tell you this NFC team, they are a hard hitting bunch.
Bengals ready for action. Hester's got a chance to return this one. This is a big-time return. And the defense will use one of its timeouts right here. Bennett's a tight end, but lined up in the backfield for this play. The wide receiver shifting around in motion. Bennett's a tight end, but now shifted into the backfield. Cutler's got it in the gun. He's wide open for the grab.
Crossing routes, that's what you want to throw when you see this type of coverage. 4 deep, cover 4, look for guys going across the field. Hard for the defense to cover those throws.
Bennett's flying out of position in the backfield here. The play clock's running down. The Bears will use a timeout here. They'll talk it over before running a play on first down. Bennett's usually at tight end, but he's in the backfield this time. Cutler's going to take the snap from the shotgun.
Gets away from the pressure.
So many things you could do on first down, and what do you come up? You come up with that play. That was just a bad play call.
The Bengals defense now is going to go nickel. Handoff. He's going to be swallowed up behind the line.
When it's third and long on the offensive side, you have very few choices on how to pick up a first down. Call one of them and see if you get lucky and see if it works.
Bennett's a tight end, but lined up in the backfield for this play.
Third and 20.
Challenging the defenders to the right side. Ball is out. They recover their own fumble.
There's always a rule on the offensive side when the football is fumbled. Little guys pick it up. Fat guys fall on it. Don't try to pick it up if you're one of the fat guys. That time they get it done and recover their own fumble.
Wilson's a receiver in the slot. To Marshall. The touchdown.
Nice throw by the quarterback that time. Put it right on the money. Not a big window. It doesn't matter to him today. Great control of the football. Put it right in there for the touchdown.
Robbie Gould ready to kick it. And they stop him from running it out to the 20. Mark him down at the 19. Setting up in the pistol on this play. First and 10, running right through the trenches. Jones lined up now as a slot receiver. Second and 8. Looking to the right side and throwing. Intercepted! A foot race to the end zone. Touchdown!
What an interception by the defense, and not only that, look at that return. They intercept the ball on one side of the field, make a long interception return for a touchdown. That's how you win football games on the defensive side.
Robbie Gould ready to kick it. Shakes off the tackle. Jones is in the slot. First and 10. They hand it off to the running back.
Always good to have these types of runs. Yeah, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense.
A takeaway. When you talk about the Cincinnati Bengals, what do you expect out of them this year?
Well, I think what I expect to see if they can continue and go forward from what they were the last couple of years. Andy Dalton has done a very good job as a young quarterback. Now he's got to become one of those quarterbacks that can just make plays that make a difference in your football team and the season. We'll find out if he can do it.
Not only do the Bengals have Dalton, they've got playmakers like A.J. Green. They got playmakers on the defensive side of the ball, too.
Yeah, they do, Jim. They do have some playmakers out there. Honestly, I think they need a couple more. And on the offensive side, they need more explosion. You got A.J. Green, but what else is explosive when you talk about the Bengals offense? So they need another guy on the offensive side, and I think they need one more pass rush.
2nd and 15. Throws to the right. Wilson's there with the sure hands to pull in the rocket pass.
How do you stop these receivers now? It's almost impossible with the rules of the game. Tight coverage. That time they have double coverage on him. It doesn't matter. The throw comes. They go up. They make the catch. All you can do is raise your arm and go, well, we did our best.
He's got a little bit of daylight here. No doubt about it. Touchdown.
Anytime you see a long run for a touchdown, what you got to look for is blocking downfield. Nice job by the wide receivers and everybody hustling, making a block and a long touchdown run.
And they have this return completely covered, tackling him inside the 15. Jones lined up in the slot. Johnson's going to take it from the gun. The defense gets a sack.
Well, that's a sign of a good defense. When you can sack the quarterback when you're just rushing the defensive lineman, you don't need any tricks, you don't need any blitzes. Man, that's talent.
Jones is going to get set in the slot for this snap. He's going to the left. He's going to slide feet first.
Anytime you get in the red zone, you want to punch it in there and get 7 points. They're being dominated today. They're down more than 7, but don't worry about it. Score here and just keep playing.
And as the first quarter comes to a close, we'll take a short break before the beginning of the second here in Chicago, Illinois. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Let's see what they do on first down following that huge play. They deck him in the backfield.
Good job by the defense. They stopped the offense that time on first down. Now the defense is in a good situation.
Here comes the wide receiver in motion. On the run. He'll fire it out to the left. Complete and gets the first down.
Always a good job to pick up some yards when you're in the red zone. Nice throw by the quarterback, and he gets the completion.
Ready to make the stop, and he's in for the touchdown.
That was a nice job by the quarterback. He read the defense. He realized there was a little weakness in one spot. He goes there and gets the touchdown on the quarterback sneak.
The Bengals for the point after. Count it. The Bears are ready to return the kick. And he's met head on right there at the 20.
First down coming up.
Forte's taking the handoff.
He's got room.
Breaks the long one for the touchdown.
To me, still one of the most exciting plays in NFL football. A long running play for a touchdown. And how about that one? It had it all in its speed. Good moves, good blocks. Exciting touchdown.
Bears ready to kick the football. They're not going to risk the big return, so here's the squib kick. And the tackle's made right around the 26-yard line. Jones, a receiver in the slot. First and 10. Getting away from the pressure. The pass fails to find the mark.
You cannot play quarterback in the NFL anymore if you don't have good footwork. And that means inside the pocket or outside the pocket. Avoid those sacks.
Jones lined up now as a slot receiver. Second and 10. Scrambling out of the pocket, and he's taken down.
That's an awesome job by the outside linebacker. He gets a sack on the quarterback, and nowadays you've got to do it all if you're an outside linebacker. You've got to be tough against the run, cover receivers down the field, and yes, plays like that get to the quarterback.
3rd and 17.
Gets away from the pressure.
He's looking to the right here on this throw. Pushes aside one tackler.
Nowadays, we see it all the time, don't we? Quarterbacks break and contain, stepping up in the pocket, getting outside, and more we're seeing these guys are getting better at throwing the football while on the run.
Here's the first snap after the big play.
They'll run it. Here's the handoff. Breaks the tackle. That brings the play to an end.
Good job by the running back that time, finding the open hole and picking up those extra yards.
They're able to move the chains after that last run.
Green Ellis has got the carry once more.
Good job by the defensive player squaring up that running back and just put his big butt right into the ground.
Gresham split out wide on the left. Johnson's back in shotgun formation. In trouble now. Looking for an open receiver on the right.
Well, even though they're down more than 7 here, the offense down the red zone, it'll be good for them for the rest of this game. Their confidence for the offensive coach that they can punch this in for the touchdown.
2-minute warning.
That long gain sets them up here on this play.
Knocked away, incomplete.
Good job by the linebacker that time. Saw the receiver coming in his area, read the quarterback, and in wonderful position to knock the pass down.
And here we have second down.
Left side. Offense lines up here. 3rd and goal at the 4. Running away from the pressure. Intercepted.
That's a tremendous job by the defense. Even though they missed the sack of the quarterback, they keep hustling. They chase him outside the pocket, and then he panics, makes a bad decision, and throws an interception.
They come to the line of scrimmage, first down.
And he's thrown to the ground.
Quarterback's got to know when it's inside of 2 minutes and that clock is moving, you want to get the football down the field and out of bounds. Holds on to the football too long, gets the sack, and that just kills the time management.
Cutler is standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. The reception, easy, wide open.
Good job by the receiver, running into that defense through the zone, finding the open space, and making a nice catch.
Offense still looking for a first after that completion on second down.
Nothing fancy about that, but it's a good run, gets a first down. Now the offense has 3 more chances.
Bennett's a tight end, but now shifted into the backfield. First and 10, back to the ground. He's brought to a halt.
The defensive end has the outside runs. That's his assignment, and he did it well. Takes on the tackle, beats his rear end up pretty good, and makes a tackle on the running back.
Cutler has got it in the gun. Throwing now to his left. That'll put them in what we call plus territory.
Well, when you get a couple first downs, it just gives you such great confidence. It makes everybody relax. And I always say this, when you're a relaxed athlete, that's when you play your best.
Bennett's playing out of position in the backfield here. Jay Cutler with the deep ball. That ball was going the other way. They've got him down there.
What a terrible job by the quarterback. Nobody's open, tries to force the pass, and look, what's it turned into? An interception.
Jones is in the slot from the shotgun. Challenging the defenders to the right side. Incompletion on that hurried throw.
Terrible job by the offensive line. Your quarterback needs more time than that. Another incompletion.
The Bengals use another timeout here, and they have 1 left. One more snap, and we'll head to halftime. That's the end of the first half, and you've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
We're back here now in this one, where the Bears lead by 21.
This kick will stay. Ball's out. And he's brought to the ground.
Oh, that was close, wasn't it? The return team, they don't block anybody, but very fortunate to recover their own fumble.
First down on the way.
Eyeing that left side. A.J. Green with the catch.
I like this. Show some patience. Don't try to get it all in one play. Pick up first downs and try to go down the field and score.
That was a big gainer. Now it's time to back it up.
Johnson's back at it now. Dropping back once again.
Boy, they got a good drive going here, Jim. I guess you don't hear that too much on the golf course, do you? The way you hit it everywhere. But this offense, they're clicking. They're making plays. Let's see if they can take advantage of just moving this football down the field.
Julius Peppers brings the quarterback down.
This might not be nice to say, but every once in a while it's kind of fun to watch the quarterback get sacked like that. Good job by the defensive end.
Jones lined up in the slot. They give it to the back, and he's running off tackle. Tackles made.
What a good job by the defensive player there. Just flushing the running back and driving him into the ground.
Gresham's the receiver, sent out wide to the left.
3rd down and 14.
Going across the middle.
Oh, and almost picked off that time.
Defensive coordinators love this situation, don't they? 3rd and long, they can do just about anything, and it's going to work, and they stop the offense that time.
Jones is going to get set in the slot for this snap. He'll fire it out to the left. That's a missed opportunity, and now they'll have to bring out the defense.
Man, you got to be smarter than that. You can't go for it every single time on 4th and long. There is a thing they have in the NFL. It's called a punt. Do it more often.
Bennett's usually a tight end, but he's in the backfield this time. Now 1st and 10. He's scrambling down. That'll stop the play right there.
Well, the defense put the pressure on the quarterback, but they didn't take advantage of it. He gets outside the pocket and takes off down the field and picks up a lot of yards. Man, nice job by the QB.
And now they'll try over again on 2nd down.
Breaks free. Good job on the ground there by Matt Forte.
When you see long runs like that by a running back, a lot of things have to happen. Of course, he has good vision and he has talent. But how about those blocks down the field, those blocks in the secondary? That's what creates long runs.
Matt Forte gets it here. Bennett's a tight end, but lined up in the backfield for this play.
2nd down and 6.
Trying to find an opening to the right. Ball comes out, and the defense has it. And he'll step out of bounds.
That's what you call a takeaway. The defense just makes such a hard hit that they take the football away from the offense, and they recover the fumble.
Lined up in the pistol formation. To the ground here. In on the stop.
That's a nice job blocking by the offensive line and a really good job by the running back. Seeing the proper hole, gets up in there and picks up big yards.
Escaping the pressure.
And here he goes.
Well, good job that time by the defense. Gets pressure on the quarterback, but you can't let him break the pocket. Look at this time. He breaks the pocket. He's looking down the field. Nobody open, so he decides to run and picks up some big yards.
The Bengals come out in the pistol. It's the old counter play. He's going to be tackled right around the 24-yard line.
Good job getting the 1st down by the offense. And look at the defensive players on the sideline cheering their teammates on. Keep us on the sideline a little longer. That's what they're hoping for.
They'll go shotgun here.
Going to take off with it.
He's got a wide open alley. Quarterback giving himself up.
This is where games are won and lost. Once an offense gets down the red zone, even though they're down more than 7, can you find a way to punch it in there for the touchdown and not settle for a field goal?
Nickel formation here for the defense. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. Bringing the play to an end.
Nice job that time by the offense, getting the 1st down inside the red zone. And it's a good thing they got a quarterback with a strong arm, because you got to throw into some tight spots in the red zone.
Here comes the training staff as we've got a player down on the field.
That's a good job. He's able to get up and get off the field, and my guess is he's going to be okay. A little bit of a scare there, no doubt about it. That makes everybody nervous.
Heading right. He's stacked up at that point.
Jim, when you get inside the other team's red zone, inside the 20-yard line, and you're down some points, you're thinking touchdown in these situations.
The wide receiver in motion.
3rd and goal at the 5. Looking to the right side and throwing. Ball's thrown incomplete. Great coverage there by the defense.
Good job that time by the defense. They stop them short on 3rd and goal. What will the offense do? I'm sure the defense is hoping they go for it.
The offense is still on the field here on 4th down. Needing 5 for the first.
4th down. It's now or never.
And intercepted.
Good piece of tackling. It's a touchback, and the ball will be spotted at the 20.
Bennett's a tight end, but now shifted into the backfield. The final quarter begins with this snap.
Looking for a receiver on the left side here. Got to make that play.
Jim, that was really a terrific job by the quarterback. The pocket is breaking down, and look at that. He just steps up, moves out. Good job of keeping the play alive.
Failing to complete that one, so 2nd down here.
He had no time to get set.
Bennett's flying out of position in the backfield here.
And he's forced to the ground.
Every defense is looking for somebody to hit the quarterback, and the best person to do it is the defensive end. What a good job that time by him.
The Bears come to the line with 5 wideouts and no one in the backfield. Cutler steps back into the gun.
Heaving it down the field.
This is going to set up a change of possession. Bill, that was some kind of risky play on 4th down, and it doesn't pay off.
Jim, I don't understand the decision. Why would you go for it on 4th down, backed up against your own end zone? Terrible decision.
Jones, a receiver in the slot. Johnson's going to take the snap from the shotgun.
That ball is picked off.
Nice tackle.
You got to stay aggressive on the defensive side. That time the defense did. Even though the offense was going in to score, they come up with the big play, and they get the interception inside their own 20-yard line.
Now on 1st down.
Play fake here
To Marshall. Hauls it in. What a call and what a catch.
You throw it deep for a lot of reasons. One, you're hoping for the big play, maybe a touchdown, but also you got to think about interference. You can get that a lot of times, but that was a nice throw and catch.
After the long game, let's see what they do here.
Play action.
Ball is out. The offense was able to recover the ball.
Nice job by the offense that time, even though they fumbled the football, quick enough and smart enough to get on it right away.
Bennett's usually a tight end, but he's in the backfield this time. Jay Cutler from the shotgun to Marshall.
This doesn't look good. We've got a player down, and he's in pain.
Well, that looks like an upper body injury, Jim. I think we both can tell that. And now the question is, how bad is it? You just never know.
Cutler steps back into the gun, throws to the right.
An incompletion right there, but it really should have been an interception.
When you see this cover 2 defense as a quarterback, you got to know where to throw the football. That time he did not make a good decision. You got to throw it sometimes deep down the middle. The safeties are not there. They're outside. He did not take advantage of that coverage that time. Nice situation here for the offense. They're winning the football game. Now they're in the red zone. Let's see if they can come up with a play that fools the defense.
Well, we're anxious to hear the full story on that injury. Let's go down to Danielle Bellini with the story.
Guys, I just spoke with a Bears official. Brandon Marshall's injury seems to be relatively minor, or at least it's minor enough that he'll be back on the field shortly.
He's in for the touchdown.
Jay Cutler with the touchdown run, and Phil, not exactly the guy you expect to beat you with his legs, but he was able to score that time.
Yeah, never fall asleep on Jay Cutler running the football, Jim. When he was at Vanderbilt University, his first couple years, they ran the option down there. He's tough. He can run the football. Doesn't do it often, but when he does it, he's very good at it.
Gets past the first wave. Touchdown, and they get one back.
This kick returner, he's so good. You always have to pay attention to him. Even when he catches the football in the end zone, he will bring it out. He is dynamic. We see why he brings that football out. Makes people miss, has great speed, and takes it all the way for the touchdown.
Bengals ready for action.
And he's out across the 20 and tackled at the 21.
The defense comes out in the nickel.
They motion the receiver around to the other side.
First and 10. And the throw is incomplete.
Receiver's open, coming across the field, but sometimes these short throws are tough, and the quarterback throws it too far in front.
Bennett's the tight end, but lined up in the backfield for this play.
Under pressure and incomplete.
Jay Cutler takes a look now from under center.
3rd and 10. Going off tackle here. Has some space to work with. There's the tackle, but still, it's enough for the first down.
An off-tackle run, it's a staple of all offenses in the NFL. And a general rule is you run off the right tackle because he is the power tackle, where the left tackle is the pass blocker.
1st and 10. Staying with the running game on first down. They tackle him for a loss.
Good job by the defense. They stopped the first down play that time by the offense, and now they have a good situation.
Bennett's a tight end, but now shifted into the backfield. Cutler's going to take it from the gun.
And the quarterback is taken down.
This defense, they are definitely not faint of heart, are they, Jim? They will bring the pressure. Good blitz that time, and they take the quarterback down.
So they get to the quarterback on that last play. 3rd down coming up. The quarterback motions the wide receiver.
Cutler's back in shotgun formation to Marshall. And they can't connect.
Jim, when you get in these situations, there's not much you can do. 3rd and long, not easy to pick up first downs in these type of situations.
Adam Podlish is ready to punt this one. Here's the snap back, and it's a fake. They're running a fake. He's looking to the right here on this throw. No separation at all. Incomplete.
Well, when you want to put all the pressure on the quarterback to make really good throws down the field, play tight man-to-man coverage, it takes perfect throws to get completions. Not there that time.
Jones is lined up now as a slot receiver. 1st and 10.
That'll close the gap.
Man, what a touchdown there for the offense. The quarterback just fires that football in there. Look at the defenders around the receiver, but the receiver big enough, tough enough to go up in there and make that catch.
The Bears are ready to return the kick. The defense comes out in the nickel. First down and 10. Matt Forte holds him to a yard.
Number 22 with the carry on the play. 1 yard gain on the play.
Bennett's playing out of position in the backfield here.
And he's going to be brought down.
This quarterback has been getting sacked and hit all day long. Look, the offensive line's not going to help you out, so you just got to do it yourself. Drop back, make a decision, and get rid of the football quicker.
Third down all the way.
The handoff to the ball is out.
Recovery by the offense.
Nice job that time by the offense. Even though they fumbled it, at least they were quick enough and smart enough to get it on it right away.
That play will be challenged by the booth upstairs inside of 2 minutes.
Well, it was called one way on the field, but now inside of 2 minutes, it was a booth review and the call is overturned.
I think if you left it up to the coaches, they'd like the booth to review them all, Jim, because put all the pressure on the officials in the NFL. That's what it's there for, to overturn bad calls on the field.
Quarters formation here for the defense. First and 10. Throws the pass.
And the pass is intercepted. It's going the other way, and this game is all but over.
Linebackers nowadays are so talented. They can just do everything. They're strong enough to stop the run, but how about this interception? Good job, good reading of the quarterback, and a nice catch.
We're here at Paul Brown Stadium for this matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. We got a crossover conference game about to kick off here. Any thoughts before kickoff, Phil?
Well, these two teams don't know each other very well. So when you don't know the other team real well, you know what happens? You get surprised. A lot of big plays. This will be fun to watch.
The Eagles are prepared to return the kickoff. Spins away from contact. Nickel formation for the defense here.
First and 10. McCoy's going to secure the handoff down to the 15.
Second down here after that run play.
Michael Vick will take it from the gun.
Trying to make something happen. Looking for an open receiver on the right.
Well, a couple things on that play. Of course, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting out of trouble and throwing the football on a run and getting the completion. But how about the defense? Quit being greedy. Stay in your rush lanes and don't let the quarterback get out.
Third and 2.
Play action. Trying to work that left side. That's a conversion, the first of the day. Give him a new set of downs.
Well, he had all day long to throw the football that time. That's why he had success throwing the football down the field. I'll tell you what, this defense, they need to start blitzing this quarterback.
Jackson's in the slot. First and 10. McCoy's got it on the handoff. Cooper's lined up in the slot.
Second and 5. Escaping the pressure. Challenging the defense. He's intercepted.
Good job that time by the defense. Not being fooled. Being in position. When you're in position, you have a chance to make the play. That time they did. They got the interception.
The Bengals will go with the pistol on this play. First and 10. They'll go ground.
Good job by the defensive line, standing in there and fighting, and they hold the running back to a short gain.
Setting up in the pistol on this play. Second and 9. The give to the running back. And now they'll be on the other side of the 50 after this play.
Good job by the defensive player squaring up that running back and just put his big butt right into the ground.
The Bengals will approach this play from out of the pistol. Halfway through this first quarter now.
Kind of refreshing to watch, isn't it, to see a team that has faith, the toughness, and the patience to just keep running the football, grinding out these first downs, resting their defense, and tiring out the opponent's defense.
lined up in the pistol formation.
1st and 10.
And they go back to the ground. Gains about 3.
Hey, this defense, they are tough. When you run that football, they got some men up front, and that time they stopped that run just for a short gain.
The Bengals lined up in the pistol.
2nd down and 7. Staying on the ground. He's in the clear. They bring him to the turf.
What a job that time by the offensive line. That hole was so big you could have drove a car through it. The running back hit it full speed, and that allowed him to get down the field and get that long run.
Offense lining up here after picking up more than 30 on the previous play. Now cutting to the right side, looking for some open space.
Nice run that time. When you run the football like this, over a period of time, it's going to wear that defense out. There's no doubt about it. Nice job by the offensive line.
Offense lines up here. 2nd and goal from the 4.
Picked up 3.
It's getting harder and harder in the NFL to score when you're this close to the goal line. So what will the offense do? They better be creative. That's all I know.
The defense loading up on the line, getting set for this snap. He is in for the touchdown.
Oh, what a good job there by the offense. 3rd and goal. And what do? They run the football against the defense. And nice job getting the touchdown.
Bengals ready for action.
Ball is out. He's brought down.
Well, that's nothing but just that's just luck. That's all you can say. You're the return team. They fumble the football. It bounces out, and they get it back. They lucky there.
Nickel formation here for the defense. McCoy is handed the football. They pounce on him there.
What a good job by the defensive player there. Just flushing the running back and driving him into the ground.
Selig's usually a tight end, but he's in the backfield this time. Looking to scramble.
And here's the pass incomplete.
Good job that time by the quarterback, avoiding the rush, gets outside the pocket. He keeps the play alive. Nobody open, so it's just another incomplete pass.
The defense comes out in the nickel.
Vick in shotgun formation.
Gets away from the pressure. Thought about it. Still has it.
They're going to get him this time.
Well, you expect defensive ends to get sacks because they come around the outside. But when you get pressure from the inside and the defensive tackle gets a sack, that's just an added bonus.
This punt will be returned. He's going to be tackled right around the 49.
That wraps up the first quarter here in Cincinnati, and we'll be back in just a moment for the start of the second. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals line up in the pistol offense, and the second quarter is underway with this snap.
No gain on the play.
Setting up in the pistol on this play.
Halfback counter, a tackle behind the line.
Well, Jim, they didn't fool the defense at all. 2nd down, you run the football, hoping to make it 3rd and short. Then you lose yards, 3rd longs. They're hard to get in the NFL.
Tight ends in motion here.
Third and 12 to go. The pass is intercepted. That brings the play to an end.
Well, nowadays, your linebackers, they got to be able to do everything. They got to be big enough to get in there and stop the run, and also athletic enough to be able to get in position and make an interception. Good job by the linebacker.
The defense comes out in the nickel.
Gun.
First and 10. Vicks looking long. And they can't connect.
In the NFL, you got to throw the football deep down the field, but the quarterback he overthrows it.
Nickel formation for the defense here. Second and 10. Pumps, fakes the throw, getting sacked.
That's what all defensive coordinators love to see. When they don't have to blitz, and one of their defensive linemen gets a sack without any blitzing.
The Bengals with a nickel look here on defense. Getting sacked again.
Defensive coordinators love this situation, don't they? Third and long, they can do just about anything, and it's going to work, and they stop the offense that time.
At the 34-yard line.
Easy.
Lined up in the pistol formation. First and 10, the give. He'll go left.
You got to keep your offensive lineman aggressive, so you have to run the football every once in a while. That run, even though it was a short gain, it served a purpose.
The Bengals in the pistol. Second down and 8 as they go ground here. Gains 13.
Now you know why guys like Vince Wilfork are so important to the middle of defenses. You need a big run stopper to stop these runs right up the middle. You either need a big run stopper or some really big linebackers to stop those runs up inside.
The Bengals come out in the pistol. On first down, it's back to the ground game.
When you make play calls like that, you're not going to win many football games. That was a terrible call here on first down.
Setting up in the pistol on this play. The quarterback will hand it off. He'll be brought down, but not before picking up the first down.
Nice run that time by the running back, and if they keep running the football like this, it's just a matter of time before they fake it and throw that football over the top of the defense. They are being physical. The running back doing a good job, and they are making it happen in the running game today.
Number 42, the ball carrier on the play. No gain.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in the first half. The Bengals will go with the pistol on this play. Second and 9. They feed him the ball again.
Well, this defense all over that play. They tackle the runner for a loss. Now we're going to have third and long. Advantage goes to the defense.
Play number 6 coming up on this drive.
Easy.
They send the tight end in motion. On 3rd and 12. Looking to the right side and throwing. Secures it with 2 hands.
Jim, when you get in these situations, there's not much you can do. Third and long, not easy to pick up first downs in these type of situations.
There's a lot of extra weight out there for this jumbo set.
Well, show me a team that's really good at getting quarterback sneaks on 4th and short, and I'll show you a team that has a good guard, 2 good guards, and a good center. That time they get a good push, and the quarterback gets the first down.
New set of downs now after picking up the first on the ground. Going to lose yards here.
Got to give the defense some credit on first down. There's so many things the offense can do. They were ready for that play, and they stopped it.
Green Ellis is in the backfield.
The wide receiver shifting around in motion.
Second and long.
Waits for an opening to unfold.
On the run.
And he's tackled at the 30-yard line.
The Eagles signal for the timeout, and they have none remaining.
Marching down the field and taking their time.
3rd down and 11. Throws to the right. Makes the reception.
Defensive coordinators love this situation, don't they? 3rd and long, they can do just about anything, and it's going to work, and they stop the offense that time.
The Eagles defense now loading up, expecting pass with a dime defense. Johnson standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. Makes the grab. Gain of 16.
This is turning into quite a drive, Bill.
Nice job, Jim, by the offensive coordinator, just mixing the plays up and keeping the defense off balance.
Mounting a serious drive.
1st and goal.
Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. Going to be a tackle for a loss.
Well, the play is there to be made, but the offensive player doesn't get it done. Bad job on 1st down.
The long drive continues.
2nd and goal from the 10-yard line.
Hey, up the middle, and that's a gain of maybe 5.
That was a nice play call by the offensive coordinator, running the football in the red zone, and he picked up some good yards.
A short field goal try on the way.
The kick is good.
Nice little recovery that time by the field goal holder. He gets it in position. This kicker, he is a machine right down the middle.
We're back here now in this one where the Bengals lead by 10.
He had nowhere to go, and they... Deckham at the 16-yard line.
Offense a little too slow getting set at the line on that one.
Delayed game, offense. A penalty is declined.
Ohio!
First down following the penalty. There's some shifting around in the backfield.
Second half gets rolling now as he takes the snap.
Nice job that time by the defense. They were ready for the run, nowhere for the running back to go, and they stopped him for a short gain.
Offense lines up here. Tight end in motion. The running back goes in motion.
Second down and 7. Handoff. And that's good for only a yard or 2.
Good coaching on the defensive side. Everybody stays at home. They stay in their gap, and they hold that run to a short gain.
Lined up in the pistol formation.
3rd and 6. Another carry here.
The tackle is made, and that's a 3-and-out series for the offense.
Well, that time the defense gets the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. And listen, I blame this one on the quarterback. When you see the defense in a situation like that, you must change the play. Don't waste one in the NFL. You don't get enough chances as it is, and that one lost yards.
Johnson's got it in the gun.
On the money.
Got to have a lot of courage to call these type of plays, don't you, Jim? And at that time, even though this team is winning, the coach decides to go for it on 4th down. Good play call, and they make it work.
Let's see how they back up the big play here.
Will run it. Here's the handoff.
Good job by the defensive player squaring up that running back and just putting his big butt right into the ground.
After the 2-yard carry, it sets up 2nd down and 8.
Coughed up the football. The defense has the football.
It's away from the stack.
Touchdown. That'll close the gap.
What a deflating play for the offense. The defense picks up the fumble, takes it not only for a touchdown, but how long? Look at the blocks. That makes the offense lose its confidence. They're going to have a hard time coming back out on the field and making it happen.
Just across the 20 and tackled at the 21.
Offense lines up here.
Johnson's going to take the snap from the shotgun.
They pick up the first down with that reception.
That's what you want to do. Just get a first down, especially when you're on top. Keep the clock moving. Keep the defense guessing. Make them react instead of attack.
The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion.
He's looking to the right here on this throw. Oh, we've got an injured player on the field.
Well, after watching that play, I think it's safe to say it's a lower body injury. Not sure exactly what it is, but I hope the player's okay.
Takes the snap from the shotgun. Interception. The tackle was made.
That was a terrible throw by the quarterback. When you're off target like that, you deserve to throw an interception.
First down here.
Vic still got the football after the play fake.
That ball has been picked off. Brought to a halt.
Nice job of the defense that time. In position, they read the quarterback's eyes, and it led to an interception.
The Eagles defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. Midway into the third, working that left side. The Bengals get a first down. Man, that was some kind of catch that time by the receiver.
Ooh, boy, these receivers, they make quarterbacks look good. You're right. You can throw it off target. It doesn't matter. They find a way to come up with the catch.
First down here after the completion.
Here's the give to Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
And it'll be 2nd down and 6 after the running play on first down.
Right side.
Able to take the football out to the 28-yard line.
Another first down by the offense. The defense is definitely getting fatigued. And when you get fatigued, you cannot think, so look out.
This play set up by the long gainer.
Here's the handoff to BJGE, and that's a gain of 10.
The defense has got to be a little aggressive here. Your team is down. You've got to attack this offense. You don't want them to get in there and get another score.
Jones going to get set in the slot for this snap.
To the ground here, searching for space to the right. And he's brought down by Ryans.
Jim, the defense gives up the first down that time inside the red zone. But there's only so many things the offense can do. Let's see if they can hold them.
First down here after the run.
Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis.
The Bengals are in the end zone for the touchdown.
You got to give the offensive line just a lot of credit. It's 1st and goal. They just line up and power the football in there. Nice run, but a great job by the O-line.
And the tackle's made right around the 25-yard line.
Offense lines up here.
Brown's going to take the handoff now.
Taking off.
Well, when your team is behind, what do? Just come out there and get a first down. That's a nice job by the offense.
Selleck's a tight end, but lined up in the backfield for this play. Vick's going to take it from the gun.
Pump fake.
Looking for an open receiver on the right. Pass is made, and it's incomplete. The hit jars the ball out.
The pass falls incomplete. Number 10, the intended receiver on the play.
Nickel formation here for the defense. Gains 15.
Find a way to score. That's always the mantra with every team when they get in the red zone. If you punch it in here, even though you're down by more than 7, it'll give you confidence for the rest of the game.
Selleck's a tight end, but now shifted into the backfield. The Eagles offense tries to continue some momentum, still possessing the football as the final quarter gets underway.
They're able to move the chains after that last run.
And again, there's nowhere to run, maybe a yard.
Good job by the offense getting in the red zone. Now you're down some points. You got to find a way to score a touchdown.
Cooper's a receiver in the slot.
2nd and 9.
Getting away from the pressure. The throw to the left. Touchdown. And this game just got a whole lot more interesting.
Well, it's a good touchdown by the offense there. And, you know, and what it's done, it's gotten this game closer, gives them confidence, and confidence is a dangerous thing. We'll see if they can keep moving forward after this.
That'll be a touchback, and the ball will be placed at the 20. The Bengals will approach this play from out of the pistol. Handoff to the back. To the 35.
A lot of ways to get plays in the NFL. It doesn't always have to be by a pass. Good job that time by the running back.
Setting up in the pistol on this play. Now 1st and 10. Leading on that running attack again here on 1st down.
Number 42 on the carry.
Second down coming up. Quarterback drops back, play action. Makes the catch in open space. Touchdown, Bengals.
What a terrible job by the defense. That time, nobody even covers the receiver. He is wide open down the field, and, hey, nice job by the quarterback going through his progression. He finds the open guy and gets a touchdown pass.
The Bengals for the point after. Driving extra point is good. The Eagles are prepared to return the kickoff. And he's taken down right at about the 29, not quite to the 30. Cooper's lined up now as a slot receiver. Slashing to the right side. Has the 1st down and a whole lot more.
Michael Vick has a big arm, and he has big legs, too, when it comes to making plays. He knows how to fake defenders out, get around them, and still pick up big yards.
Cooper's in the slot. Michael Vick will take it from the gun. Scrambling out of the pocket. The Eagles now moves the chains.
When you can't hit the quarterback or put pressure on him, there's not much you're going to get done then. That time, quarterback had time and throws it down the field for another completion.
1st and 10. LaShawn McCoy takes the handoff.
What a good job by the defensive player there, just flushing the running back and driving him into the ground.
The quarterback is coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. Gets away from the pressure. Here comes the training staff as we've got a player down on the field.
Well, that's going to hurt him tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. When you get hit like that, you're going to feel some of that pain tomorrow. But the good news is, I think he's going to be okay. And once he gets a little situated there, I think he'll be back in the game.
Looks to his left. Jeremy Maclin makes the grab.
Good job by the offense. They're in the red zone. They're down by more than 7. But the defense, can you stop them and just give up the field goal try?
Cooper's lined up in the slot. 1st and 10. Challenging the defenders to the right side. Incomplete. Almost going in the other direction. LaShawn McCoy is in the backfield. Dix back in shotgun formation. In trouble now. Dragged to the ground. Looks like he's still about a yard short of the first.
9-yard gain on the play.
This will probably be the last play before the 2-minute warning here in the final quarter. Drop back, shotgun formation. Running away from the pressure.
There's the offense picking up another first down on 3rd down.
Well, when you get this close, it'd be nice to punch it in there and score. Even though you're still going to be behind, execute the play and get it done.
They come to the line, and it's first down.
Here's the give. Touchdown, and this game is tight.
I would bet 1st and goal that the offense about 90% of the time is going to run the football. And what do here? They run it, and they get it done. That is power football at its best.
The point after is good.
The Bengals are ready to return the kick.
They have him covered up and bring him down inside of the 15.
The Bengals lined up in the pistol.
Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis will run with it.
They call for the timeout to stop the clock.
Good job by the defensive player squaring up that running back and just putting his big butt right into the ground.
Lined up in the pistol formation.
2nd down and 8.
Green Ellis is taking the handoff.
Breaks free, has some space to work with.
Running backs, they love counter runs. They know when a defense has been over pursuing, so they make that fake one way, and when they cut it back, there's usually a great running lane there.
The Bengals line up in the pistol offense. Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down.
How about the defensive line? Getting that penetration, getting off the football at the snap, and getting it done, getting in the backfield and making that tackle.
Offense lines up here.
Has the reception all alone.
Bad job on the defense. They know if they give up a first down, the game is probably over. They get fooled and they give it up. Probably why they're going to lose.
First down following the long play.
Looking for some daylight up the middle. Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
That was a running play that time by the offense. It picked up some good yards. Nothing like it. Show the defense you're willing to get in there and slug it out and get some tough running yards.
Second and 4. They give it to the running back. They go to the right side. The tackle was made, but the first down is picked up.
Good run that time. It results in a first down, and it moves those chains on the sideline. Keep those chains moving. Tire that defense out.
New set of downs now after picking up the first on the ground.
Back to the ground now on first down.
Well, even though they have a lead here, it's late in the 4th quarter. You still got to be unpredictable. Keep the defense on edge. As I always say, make the defense react and not attack. So make them guess what plays you're going to run.
It's now 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard rush.
Looking to the right side and throwing. The tackle's going to be made, but he's beyond the first down marker.
When you have a lead in the 4th quarter, you like these short completions because you pick up yards and that clock keeps moving.
They're back at the line after that catch for a first down.
Johnson standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap.
This is where an offensive coordinator's got to be smart. You get in the red zone, you got a big lead, just worry about the clock, call very safe plays.
Should be what we call a gimme.
But a flag is in there. And the kick is good for 3.
He'll decline the penalty and let the play stand. This was a good game to watch today. Competitive all the way to the end. All right, Phil, before we go, tell me about the atmosphere down in that winning locker room right now.
It's always a wonderful feeling once you win the football game. Just think about it, Jim. It would be like you playing around the golf and you know it's just you against one other guy and you practice all week long. The anticipation builds. You're so excited for the match, and once you get it done, man, it's a wonderful time.